All right, y'all, if you want to see how to make keto caramel corn popcorn bites, stick around and I will show you how. All right, y'all, so guess what today is? It is caramel popcorn day. That is right. So we are doing another video like we did last week on the buttered popcorn, but today we are doing it with caramel flavor. So this is going to be sweet caramel corn. Of course, it is not actually popcorn, but we are going to do it with egg whites, and we're going to see how this works out. It is another video that I got off of JUDI'S channel. I will put a link to her channel down below. I am sure it's going to be delicious, just like that buttered popcorn that I did last week. If you have not seen that video, I will put a link to it over here, so go check that one out. It was pretty good. I ate it all before my husband came home, so he didn't even get a chance to taste it. He is home today, so if he is lucky, I will invite him out so that he can taste this when it is done. So I'm actually going to double the recipe today. I already have most of the ingredients measured out. I will put the list of ingredients down below and the exact measurements. I have my egg whites in my bowl already, and I have my egg white powder in here, and I am just going to add my flavorings. So I'm going to go ahead and put my egg whites here on my stand mixer. So now you are going to need a mixer for it. You don't need exactly a stand mixer, but at least a hand mixer, because you're going to need to beat these egg whites until they are stiff. And I don't know anybody on God's green earth that could beat up egg whites with a whisk until they get stiff by hand. If you can do that, more power to you, but I believe you are going to need at least a hand mixer. So this is what we are going to do. I'm just going to dump all the ingredients into here and beat it all at once, because of the fact that there's no fat in the ingredients, so it's going to whip up just fine with our egg whites. So I am going to mix in my egg white powder, my flavorings, and my stevia. So if you want to use a different type of sweetener, that's up to you. I am just going to use the stevia. For my sweetener, I have chosen to use the English toffee stevia. And so again, I will put in the description down below the exact measurements that I'm using. I'm just going to put my stevia right in there with my egg whites. Smells good. Smells delicious. And then for our flavorings, I have Lorann, I don't know how exactly you say it, but Lorann oils. I have buttered popcorn, because this is supposed to mimic a popcorn for people that are staying away from carbs. And for a little bit more of the caramel taste for our caramel popcorn, again, Lorann oils, it is caramel flavor. And these Lorann oils flavorings are a little bit more expensive than different type of extracts that you get at Walmart, but they are stronger as well. So the last ingredient is my egg white powder. And make sure you get pure egg white powder when you go to buy it. You do not want the egg white powder with the soy, I think it's soy lecithin or sunflower lecithin, because that will not beat up the same as pure egg white powder. All right, so I am going to beat these ingredients on high until we have stiff peaks. So let's get to whipping. I'm going to stop it before we get too far along and scrape my sides out. Scrape my sides down, because I can see a little bit of the egg white powder has stuck to the sides, and I want to make sure I get that all incorporated. All right, now I am going to get back to mixing. So that beat up super, super quick today. That's what you're looking for, you guys. You want stiff peaks where the egg white, when you take it out and you dip it like that and turn the beater over, it does not fall. So you want stiff egg white peaks. And then you know it is done. It only took maybe 3 minutes, if that. Okay, so now we know it's done. I'm gonna taste it. It's good. When you were little, did you used to do that? Taste the meringue that your mama made? Raw eggs doesn't scare me, you guys. That is yummy. Yum. All right, you guys, so last week when you guys watched the video for the buttered popcorn, y'all gave me an idea. Some of y'all had said to put it in a piping bag and it would be easier than taking 2 spoons and using that to fill up my cookie sheet. So I don't have a piping bag because I gave all of my Wilton piping bags and pastry little things to my daughter because I swore off that I was never gonna make that kind of stuff again. But I got a Ziploc bag, so I'm gonna put all of the meringue into my bag, into my Ziploc bag. I'll cut off the end and I'll pipe it onto my cookie sheet. So before I started the video, I turned my oven on to 250 degrees. So that has been preheated, and I have a big cookie sheet waiting for me, and I have a piece of parchment paper on it. So we are going to cook this in the oven, bake it at 250 degrees for 30 minutes. And then we are going to turn the oven off and let it cool completely in the oven. Okay, we want it to cool completely because if you don't, then it's not going to get as crunchy. Okay, you may, depending on your state, if it's more moist or humid in your state, I know some people don't like that word moist, sorry. If it's more humid in your state, you may want to cook it 40 minutes. You're just gonna have to play around with it. So 30 to 40 minutes, and then make sure you cool it completely in your oven. And again, you're gonna have to play around with the time. And then to store it, you're gonna store it in a covered container or a Ziploc bag, and make sure it's airtight, and store it at room temperature, not in the fridge, because it'll get soggy, okay? So store it in an airtight container on the counter for 3 days, up to 3 days. But I am sure if you're anything like me, these little suckers will be gone before those 3 days. I had them gone within 10 minutes. It doesn't make that many, and you guys, these are egg whites. This is like maybe 2 carbs for the whole kit and caboodle, you guys. But again, I did make a double batch today, so normally a single batch is half of this amount. A single batch, if you use teaspoonfuls and drop it by a teaspoonful, is gonna make about 40 little puffs. So we'll see how much I get from this. You can make them bigger. It's not really gonna make a difference. I'm gonna do my best not to get the air out of this because we don't want them to collapse. Okay, so there's my stuff. I'm gonna cut the end off and we're gonna pipe it onto our cookie sheet. So let me get this stuff out of the way and we will be back and make our little popcorn puffs. Okay, so my only fear is with using this, I'm gonna squish the air out of my little puffs, but I hope not. I'm gonna cut a pretty big hole. So we'll see how this works. And if I don't like it, I don't have to do it like this again, but we'll see. It's working pretty good. I think you guys are geniuses. See? Takes a village, you guys. We all have good ideas. I suppose if you want your little popcorn puffs sweeter, you could always add more sweetener. If you don't want it sweet at all, you don't have to add any sweetener. But these are perfect if you need something to snack on and you're going to a party and you know there's not really going to be anything on plan for you. These are going to be perfect. It sucks to go somewhere and everybody's got something to snack on and there's nothing on your particular diet plan that is friendly for you to eat. So to me, these are absolutely perfect. You know, using this, I still am not making them look like little popcorn pieces, but they're cute. I do not have the patience to try to sit here and shape them like pieces of popcorn. And honestly, I don't care what they look like as long as they taste good when I put it in my mouth. Oh, I don't know what that one will look like. And I might be making these just in time. I have a get-together tomorrow. There's a barbecue with our family. And I am doing the Hyper Ketosis diet. And there is really probably not going to be a whole lot that I can eat there. Except I am bringing a veggie platter. So I know I can eat that. But, you know, these barbecues are an all-day event with lots of good food. Lots of junk. And I'm going to be stuck there all day. I debated if I'm just going to fast, but that's hard to do too, you know? So we just need to do the best we can do. So if me and my husband can refrain from eating this whole thing today, then maybe I'll have something to bring. If not, I'll bring something else. I will figure something out. So look at that, you guys, how cute! I love it. I gotta get another cookie sheet. I got more. So you guys, these are great on a low-fat diet. These are great on a keto diet. These are great on a low-carb diet. These can even be great on a carnivore diet. I would just leave out the sweetener if you want. You could even replace the sweetener for glycine. Glycine is an amino acid that tastes sweet, and it is not a sweetener. So that would be great on a carnivore diet. You could still have a little sweet bite, and it's not a sweetener. So that's totally carnivore. So these little bites are actually very versatile. They're great on a hyper ketosis diet that I'm doing because it's low in fat. You can make it with stevia. You could change the sweetener up if you want a different type of sweetener. These are absolutely great for pretty much any type of diet. Weight Watchers, like, it doesn't really matter what kind of diet you're on. These are very, very versatile. We're getting a pretty good amount. I think the Ziploc bag is the way to go. I feel like I'm wasting less of the batter, if you want to call it a batter, than I did last week. And they don't really spread out, so we can actually put them closer together. So this is it, you guys. I'm going to do my last little one. And we are going to put them in the oven. 250 degrees, 30 minutes minimum. You can go longer if you need to. But last week I did 30 minutes and it was perfect. And then turn the oven off. You can crack the door if you need to. Let it stay in the oven until they are completely cooled. And then we can do a taste test and show you how crunchy and delicious they are. They are absolutely wonderful. All right, you guys, we'll be back when we do a taste test and see what they are like. So these are our little caramel corn popcorn keto bites. All right, you guys, look, they are done. They look so cute. I love my little egg white crunchies. So, we have our lunch done here. We're getting ready to eat some burgers and salad. I need to get my husband in here to taste one of these little suckers and see what he thinks about it. So let's get Mr. Terry in here to do a taste test. All right, so these are you just have to touch them all, don't you?
You were doing it.
Well, because I made them. They're my creation.
It's not even in the picture. Here,
Stop it.
let's show them.
Stop it. I was setting it up for a photo. It says always be grateful. Stop. He's making fun of my photo shoot. Put it down. We're just going to taste. Don't make fun of my little plate. Anyways, they're just little egg whites. They're supposed to be like little caramel popcorn bites. Like little meringue bites. They're crunchy.
Tastes like cookies.
Like little meringue cookies.
Yep.
Slightly sweet.
But like cheese puffs. Balls.
When I'm not doing hyper ketosis, I'm so making these and getting some powdered cheese. And I'm covering them with powdered cheese.
You're going to fool people.
I don't care who I fool. I just want them in my tummy.
I know they taste delicious, but we have lunch.
I know. I already told them we have hamburgers and salad and pickles and all kinds of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Got to eat. But they are crunchy.
Cooked on the Barbie.
So, this is the caramel. I made butter ones last week when I was babysitting the baby after I came home. And I ate them all. But this is the caramel version.
Don't do that too hard because they can probably crumble.
Yeah. So, this is the one that just has a little bit of caramel extract and a little bit of stevia. So, it's supposed to mimic like caramel popcorn.
Well, if we stand here eating them all now, we're going to have them for dessert later or a snack.
Yeah.
Quit touching them.
Stop it. I'm addicted.
Oh, you got more.
I know. But wait, there's more. We're like an infomercial.
Wait, hold on. Move out of the way.
They already know. I already showed them.
Oh, okay.
It's not a surprise to them. It's only a surprise to you. All right. So that's it. They're pretty good. Don't you like them?
Yes, I do.
I thought about bringing them tomorrow so I have something to snack on at your family's house.
And then
there's going to be so much junk.
And then she's going to give a few people bites. And then what's going to happen?
Everybody eats my stuff.
It's like your deviled eggs. Everybody's going to eat them.
Yeah.
Candy, can I have another?
I'm going to sneak them and put them in my purse and just take one out at a time. I'll just put them in a Ziploc in my purse. Nobody will know. And I'll just sneak off in a corner and just take one like this.
Better make sure it doesn't turn into like Napoleon Dynamite.
Dynamite? Like tater tots in the pocket?
Yeah, he comes over and he crushes them.
I'll eat them crushed. I'll just sprinkle a little powder in my mouth. All right, you guys. It's delicious. It's another good recipe from Judy. I'll put her link down below as well. Again, I'll put Judy's link down below so y'all can go check out her other keto recipes. She has a lot of good ones. So, thanks for joining me, you guys. If you wouldn't mind, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below if you guys have any type of recipes that you guys want to see me try out or any kind of variation on this recipe that you think might be good. And if you would like, hit the notification bell so you guys know when I have a video coming out. He did his part. He remembered. Anyways, thanks for joining me, you guys, and hope to see you again here next time. Bye.